You remember when Scooby quotes his timeless catchphrase in the final battle of this movie? Scooby, Dooby, Doo. Still better than when Larry quotes his I'm the night guard in Night at the Museum too. Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, directed once again by Roger Goshnell, and is the 2004 sequel to the 2002 live action hit Scooby Doo movie, and is the uh, final installment of the Raja Goshnell Scooby Doo duology. So, Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed tells the story taking place after the events of its predecessor, where everybody's favourite meddling kids are back, and this time they are real celebrities and going up in the world, and the miscreant gang is invited to the Crimo Village museum where monster costumes are being put on display. However, a mysterious master baddie is stealing the costumes and bringing them to life, making his own monster army to get vengeance on the Mystery Inc. gang. After my review of the first live action adaptation of the Hanna-Barbera mascot Scooby Doo, I was inevitably going to share my thoughts on its follow up. This may be the most divisive Scooby Doo movie. I mean, the critics are just they slammed the hell out of it at the time. It has a measly 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, and sadly, due to the movie's critical and box office failures, sadly, this movie was did a bomb in comparison to the first one financially. The prequel that was planned after this movie was scrapped entirely. So the live action Scooby Doo franchise came drawn to a close with Monsters Unleashed, which just makes me cry because I was rooting for a third Scooby Doo movie to be made. How can we live in a day and age where we get disappointing movies like Scoob, and we can't get a Scooby Doo 3? Come on, I know there are people out there that do prefer Monsters Unleashed over the 2002 Scooby Doo, and I totally see where they are coming from. This movie does have some minor improvements over the first movie, but for my taste, I'm personally more on the 2002 Scooby Doo side. But but a this is still a monstrously entertaining and watchable sequel. This still, by all means, a genuinely good, satisfactory sequel and a Scooby Doo movie, and it is like its predecessor, one of the few good Raja Goshnell movies. And this though this movie one uh, on the improvement side, the things it does improve over the first are the monsters, the design of the monsters, and the festive Halloween feel. Yeah, this movie just feels, more festive, and it feels like it's set in the fall time, whereas the first Scooby Doo felt like, a summer movie you would watch on spring break or summer vacation taking place on that island. But yeah, I mean, this movie doesn't just double the monsters, it doesn't just triple the monsters, it quadruples the number of scary monsters. I mean, you have my personal favourite being the pterodactyl, uh, which uh, which also is looks like a hybrid of a dragon. Uh, I mean, how cool is that? Am I right? And even a one-eyed swamp monster, a diver, and and yeah, they even there's even one monster that looks exactly like a a Frankenstein's monster from the cartoon. Where are you? So yeah, my point is the monsters all look magnificent, and I congratulate the entire visual effects team. I mean, they certainly you know they upped their game hugely with the visuals from the first movie. I mean, in just 2 years, you can see how the CGI did look significantly better, and how Raja Ghosh, he was so keen to release this movie, so soon after the first. And the mystery of this movie, I have mixed feelings on. You can tell this is a sequel that's trying extra hard to be bigger and better than the first one, and and sure, the mystery is more complex this time. There's a more plot to it, more depth to it than the simplistic mystery in the first movie. Uh, but yeah, it's the revelation or and the unmasking of the villain that's what lets the mystery down for me. But I will get to that in the negative side of my review. And Sarah Michelle Gellar still never ceases to amaze me by showcasing how perfect she is as Daphne, and Daphne takes more charge this time, as she and Velma feel like the ones who figure everything out. So when they explain how they solve this mystery to the press and interviewers, and Velma in this movie, I think, has she has uh, she has a better storyline than she did in the first. I mean, and she gets to date this guy. It's about time a Velma had a romantic subplot in a Scooby Doo movie. We have never seen that until now. And the scene where Daphne she helps Velma dress correctly for the date. And I mean, Velma looks smoking in that scene. I mean, Velma, she must have felt in that moment, said, "Damn, I'm actually hotter than Daphne." Yeah, and the black masked villain, he was a sustained threat throughout the movie, and I just was and I was dying to find out who he was behind the mask, and uh, and uh, uh, and Scooby himself gets to legitimately save the day this time, when he and the gang are grabbed by the monsters in the villain's lair, and Scooby, he with a fire extinguisher, he freezes all the monsters, setting his pals free, similar to Frozen from The Incredibles, and then he says here's a catch line to the bad guy, Scooby Dooby Doo. Yeah, it's one of the most epic Scooby moments in all of Scooby's filmography, and uh, also, there is a celebrity cameo from a Palmer Anderson in this movie. I freaked out so with glee seeing Palmer Anderson in this movie. These movies did celebrity cameos from the 2000s, right? And there's even one special moment, for for the Mystery Inc. Gang here when Fred looks at a photo of the gang as kids in a flashback when they're all playing with Scooby in the park. I mean, it's a it's a it really shows how far they've all come as as lifelong friends, and so this movie it's still managed to keep 50% of the heart. So that's the first Scooby Doo movie had. Uh, but there is a downside to Monsters Unleashed, and that is the comedy is far weaker in this movie than it was in the 2002 Scooby Doo. I mean, especially the scene when Shaggy and Scooby were drinking those potions and were shape shifting. Shaggy even shape shifts into a female body. Now that was now that was just some unnecessary innuendo. Raja Goshnell he doesn't know when he doesn't know when what's the limits with innuendo in this movie, and also there's no Scrappy or Mary Jane in this movie. Shaggy just entirely moved on from Mary Jane in this one and never even mentions her name. I defend Mary Jane's character. I don't think she's a pointless character like everybody says, and the fact that they just wrote her out of this movie makes that just retcons and makes her and Shaggy's love story from the first movie in all redundant, and and I and I and I do and I did and I was liking the reporter character of Heather just fine until it's revealed, until she's unmasked to be the the uh, the woman behind the masked baddie. But wait, there's more. Turns out Heather isn't even a woman. She's the owner of the museum, who escaped from prison to take his vengeance on the Mystery Inc. gang. And his his motivations are so clunky. I don't even know what his plan was. I mean, I'm sorry, but I think Scrappy was a superior villain in the first movie. You could, you got his motivation that's easy. That he just wanted to be to be a member of the gang, and he was tired of being rejected by them. But but this movie, Raja Goshnell bit off more than he could chew with the villain's motivation. He tried too hard to make it more complicated, and it doesn't work. Uh, uh, and also the scene where Shaggy and Scooby, dress for that party, and Scooby's got an afro on, glasses. I'm sorry, I could I could I could tolerate Scooby Doo dressing as Shaggy's grandma in the first movie, but his dress scene in this movie, it looked utterly laughable. But overall, while Monsters Unleashed for me personally is a slightly worse movie than its predecessor, it is still a damn good addition to the Scooby Doo live action franchise, and I do still salute it for trying to expand on the Scooby Doo universe by giving us more monsters and more plots, even if the execution wasn't perfect. I'm still glad I saw both Raja Goshnell Scooby Doo movies this October again, and I will always be by their side. I give Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. I feel this year's Spooktober is going down a treat. I have managed to review more Halloween classics than ever before. Now that I have more free time. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed? And which Scooby Doo live action movie do you like better? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review A License to Kill. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.